and I'm just here to tell you this wasn't my idea. We're seeing this from all of the magazines right now. It feels like Benson Boone would do it.
Match your paint to the toilet.
I feel like you would
100% I would do it.
Yeah.
I live in the 1970s range. Like, yeah.
Someone in 30 years is going to, like, if you do that, someone in 30 years is going to be stoked that you did. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah. Design like you give a damn, right?
Exactly.
Design like you give a damn. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dear Alice. Today, we are going to take you back in time and talk about the 70s. Old school cool.
Maybe one of the coolest decades ever?
I think so. I think a very influential decade as far as design goes. 100%.
I know, Mom. I can hear you. I can hear you all the way from here. You are rolling your eyes and saying, there's no way this is back. And I'm just here to tell you, this wasn't my idea. We're seeing this from all of the magazines right now.
It's science.
It's science, yes. We're seeing it in House Beautiful just did a huge article on it. Yeah. We're seeing Vogue printing things on this. We saw Runway for fall, and I'm telling you, 70s are back. So
we're screaming.
We wanted to unpack it here.
It's been creeping for a bit, I feel like. Just kind of the moodier, like vibier, like amber colored, like things have kind of been happening for a little bit. Now I feel it's just landed and we're in that pocket right now.
Yeah.
Right?
And it is a response to like, we were like, again, COVID, cold, icy, optic whites.
Everybody was doing gray houses, white houses with black windows. It's been very
soft sadness.
Yeah.
Well, it's like cold and cool.
Yeah.
Icy.
Yep.
It makes me feel like my teeth hurt because I whitened them too much. You know that feeling?
Like too much fluoride.
Too much fluoride, yeah.
Or Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what was happening.
Walnuts.
So this response, is like warming it up, making it earthy, getting it grounded. You're seeing so many like house plants coming in. I have to say, even just like street style, I'm seeing the baby tees. Nobody come for me on this, but girls are not wearing bras again. I mean,
I've noticed it. Yeah.
I mean,
that's crazy.
Corey's on. Yeah. That was a thing in the 70s. And then of course we've had the center part for a long time on girls. And then it's like the mermaid waves where it's very natural and undone and like effortless, which really requires so much effort to get that undone look.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's so 70s. Also the sneakers on girls, with every kind of outfit, which I really love. That's one of my favorite things. So like very flat, grounded shoes again, or the opposite. I've been seeing the clog with the high platform.
Yeah, the platform's in.
And it all kind of has like a modern like twist. Twist to it. So
So we wanted to talk about like where we're seeing it, how they're doing it, and like our fresh take on it.
Yes, because it's happening. We're doing it. Even the installs that we're like working on right now that we've designed 3-4 years ago have a lot of these notes in it, which is really fun to see it just like across the market. Everybody was feeling it then, and now it's kind of coming to fruition in all these finished homes, which is really, really cool. And we're so excited to show you. But first, we want to talk a little bit. If you are a designer and you are designing homes, right? You should be part of our To The Trade program. If I honestly, when I was on my own for a little bit before I started working for Alice Lane, and I tell you what, if I had a resource like Alice Lane, where like I had all their vendors, I had their libraries to look through, I had an actual rep to help me source things, like it's a no-brainer. And
that's
like,
your team.
Yeah,
and as far as like they follow the orders, they follow claims, they follow deliveries. That is what the To The Trade program offers. And so if you're not a part of it, definitely join. You just go on to alicelanehome.com and you go to the Design Services tab and you go to our To The Trade link and fill that out, and we'll reach out to you, and you can start immediately. And it's just relieve all your headaches. That's what this is. It's a little happy pill. So you're welcome. Join our To The Trade program. Anything else to that?
No, we just built it for you guys because we're designers too, and we know what the team needs, and
it's so hard what we do.
Yeah, and we have this big resource, and we've been at it for 17 years. We got to share this with other people, and also we make our own products. Now we have like 700 of our own SKUs, and so we want to be able to give you guys special access to that, discounts, everything else. Exclusivity, so your projects look unique and not like other people's. So, yeah,
as they should.
As they should. Yes. Anyway, we're on standby to help you if you want it. Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, back to the 70s. What is something from that era that you guys like incorporate in your personal style? Either I guess at home or wardrobe.
Let's go to I want to show them on screen.
Yes.
This is some really fun clips. Sue's put this together for y'all. So if you should tune in on YouTube or Spotify to see these visuals. It's so fun. I mean, for me, I'm loving the color again.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's so fun, but I really am loving the footwear aspect where you can really be comfortable. I just feel like the toe boxes are more comfortable for our feet. You can wear tennis shoes with dresses, with jeans.
I do love and you don't know what you're doing until you reach back to the 70s and start to look at all these. Cause you see it in influencers or people that you follow and you're like, I dig her style, or I dig these new silhouettes coming out from this design line or whatever. But I would say the accessories, the accessorizing, I think just the layers of jewelry. I think specs obviously were a huge deal in the 70s, and I love a spec, that.
Sue's got an aviator right now with a rose tinted lens, and it's so cute on her.
And again, I think the 70s, the rules were out, and I think it was just so about individual style. And I love that. Just whatever you're into, you can kind of express that avenue in some way like they did in the 70s. And I dig it.
That's when You Do You was invented, probably.
Exactly. Yeah. Honestly, damn the man, you do you. That's what it was. But yeah, up here we have Blondie. She's such a fox. Twiggy, all of her cute things 60s, and then her evolution to the 70s. Robert Redford. Hello.
Yeah.
Tomcat. Mick Jagger. There's so many clips of him if you start to look at 70s style. But it's fun if you just go online and just start to look at 70s influences, and it's fascinating.
Yep. Cher looks the exact same.
I know.
It's crazy.
So good.
It's awesome. Okay, let's jump into it.
Let's do it.
Okay. Well,
earth tones.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, there's a few things that we want to cover here today. Again, and these are Jess said, ways to incorporate the 70s into your home in a fresh way. We're going to show you how we're doing it, how the runway is doing it, and just see what clicks for you. Because I do think that there's ways to add warmth and soul, which I think the 70s brought a lot of. And so a few of the different things we're going to be going over is, again, earth tones. I think mustard yellow in particular, actually all versions of yellow, I think we're going to hit on, because the runway had a pretty broad variety, mostly mustard, but then you get into some lemony chiffons. And then, of course, we all remember avocado green and browns. So whatever your favorite color of those earth tones are, that's something that you can pull in. We're going to focus a little bit more on yellow today. We're also going to be, let's just go.
Yeah.
Let's go with yellow. Okay.
I also want to give a shout out because in the 70s, I remember my mom buying appliances, and you could get them in, I think it was called Harvest Gold or avocado green. Those were your appliance colors. So funny.
And actually Kohler has they're mostly greens. I actually looked it up last night. We'll put it up on here. Anyway, they have a bunch of different, and they feel maybe a little bit more 50s, 60s, the mint greens and things, but all those as far as toilets, sinks, all those things, they have lines. So it's called the heritage line.
It's pretty sick.
It's actually pretty sick. Yeah. If you want to, make a move, Kohler's got you. And I'm sure other lines are also introducing it, but it is really fun that I don't know, you can do it if you want. So
fun.
Anyway,
it's so fun. I can see the younger generations doing it. I don't think that our parents will, because they remember it and they're oh, I should have never gotten that yellow washer machine or dishwasher or whatever it was. But it feels like Benson Boone would do it.
I know. It's a groovy move. And if you're color drenching,
totally,
and you can totally match your paint to the toilet,
you would
100% I would do it.
Yeah.
I live in a 1970s ranch.
You should. Yeah. You should be the first one.
In Sue Hall.
Yeah.
Someone in 30 years is going to, if you do that, someone in 30 years is going to be stoked that you did.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Design like you give a damn, right?
Exactly.
Design like you give a damn.
So
wise words from Sue Hall.
I know. But I think you mentioned this, the introduction of this, I was scrolling on Instagram one day and I ran upon this thing, and the headline was, the 1970s are back in a major way. And it was this really quick clip from House Beautiful. And I sent it to everybody, and we're we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because it's happening.
Yeah.
It's,
Exactly. Anyway, so the images that you're seeing on your screen right now, again, we're going to kind of dive into yellow right now. And Jess would,
so this is the Hermes show. This is showing the fall lineup, and mustard yellow is the king on the runway. They're pairing it with red, which is kind of this bright orangey red, these color combinations. Yeah, it's very color blocky. Also deep notes, they've got black leather paired with it. on the runway. You're seeing some of these shots. You've got scarves, you've got leather collars on these beautiful trenches in mustard. And the look is just so, it's good. It's almost military in some ways.
Yeah.
But then you've got some flowy drapey lines. Really love that. But you can feel it. You can feel it coming back. So that was Hermes. And then moving on to Gucci. This yellow was more like your mustard that you put on a hot dog, like bright yellow, not the deep dark.
A little bit neon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, the neon. It's
Which
really
is cool.
Super fresh, right?
I love it. Yeah. I'm like, if you want to take that yellow, I'm like, it reminds me a little bit like of the yellow in the Frida.
I have to say
entry.
Acidic almost, right? Like look at that number in the runway. And this is color drenched from head to toe. Every single thing from the hat to the jacket to the skirt to the purse to the shoes, everything drenched in one pattern, one color. But it's really editorial.
But it's all set on that like tomato orangey red
background
again. So again, you're seeing that color combo again.
Yep.
So you see that there.
Yep. This is Prada.
Prada, Lacoste, and Louis Vuitton.
Yep. All of them yellow and varying shades. I would say. And how about the yellow on yellow in the first one? Is that Prada?
Yep.
That leather jacket is a more
like
natural
a
yellow. Yep. And then paired with that bright, acidic, almost neon yellow pants.
It's so cool.
Anyway, it was everywhere.
It. Yep.
Everywhere on the runway is what we were seeing. And then moving into Chloe. Chloe is definitely always
fashion.
She's always like kind of hanging out in the 70s. She's very flowy and romantic. And this is where I think this is more butter yellow or what you're calling chiffon.
Yeah.
But
it's like a lemon glaze or something just on top. If you're like not ready, Polly.
Yeah.
If you your mom.
Yeah.
Not ready to go full mustard. I think this is like a really good way to kind of tiptoe your way into introducing yellow into your home without it being overtaking.
Yep. Like you're not going to do it the same way you did it. Just much like my mom's not going to probably buy the appliances in the colors, but there's a fresh take on it for any of us.
Yeah.
And so maybe you don't love the mustard yellow vibe, or maybe it's not your color palette, but maybe this butter yellow trend could be something that's something you want to bring into your house. And we're going to show you actually now, if you're watching on screen, this is how we're using it in our projects. After all, this is an interior design podcast. So we're going to show you interior design. But we just wanted to show that this is what we're seeing coming down the runway, which is always a good indicator that we're also going to be feeling this in home. These things all hold hands and touch, and they're all reflecting personal style. So Sue, tell them about this project.
Yeah, this is a project down in Dallas, and they had a really lovely kitchen, but then we had the opportunity to design a scullery kitchen. You know, this accessory that also kind of acted as the mudroom. And we're like, it would be really fun to do some color. And again, this was a couple years ago that we rendered this out, and we found this this kind of like ochre mustardy zealage tile, and we're like, that'd be so rad to like just feel it like top, countertop to ceiling. This whole tiled backsplash in this yellow. Just like, it's such a power move. I think it's artistic. It's earthy. It still like feels kind of neutral. It's a color, but I don't know. There's something about the mustard that like it can pair well with camels and with like a lot of other and woods really beautifully.
And it gave it a little history. And then, having this mustard tile, zealage handmade tile surrounding it just felt so rich, but fresh. And I think this is a memory point. This was actually a home that a builder did to be a spec home. And so you do want to create those memory points. So people are like, oh, remember that room? Oh, I'd love to come home to that every night. So you want to do certain things that people remember. You don't just want to design a vanilla box for a spec home, especially a luxury spec home.
And you'd want kind of an antique table with that color of tile.
Oh,
too,
yes.
As far as like those
give it some history.
Yeah, it's believable.
Yep.
Like you would actually love that. And the person that would pick that would also pick that table. So
exactly.
Anyway, so I love this piece. Here we're getting into another new build that we're working on actually right now. I'm so excited. And this is a little bit more of that chiffon yellow. And we paired it. This is a bathroom that you're seeing on the screen right now. There's some style little images, but again, we're a little bit more of the chiffon, and we paired it with this like cherry cola glossy tile for the whole shower.
That cherry cola is also something we're calling
like
oxblood. Oh yeah, totally. If
gosh.
you're watching, it's kind of that oxblood note, and it is so pretty with that buttery yellow. Yeah, so good. Corey, go back up to the lifestyle images. This always helps us when we're designing a project to pull different outfits, different lifestyle scenes that really have pairings. And it helps the client really picture their life there and to really understand the color combination when we're taking a risk and trying to do something that feels very original. So I think this combination is just so pretty. And then how we interpreted it in the bathroom. We don't have any finished images because this is a home under construction right now, but this is going to be just rich, but also original and calming, and still feels so high end.
Yeah, this is the bathroom for her, like her daughter, who's going to be an interior designer, and she's hip and she's darling, and we'll put like cool Slim Aaron's pictures of like boats and cognacs, and again those yellow swimsuits and things happening within all this, and the art just kind of pulls it all together. So I'm so excited for this. But again, we didn't do the yellow on the cabinetry here, but we did it on the walls, so that way if we like it now, we have the flexibility, but I don't think I would tire of this combination.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I
so
think it's
cool.
a fun way though to pull in something that might be trending, is that you do it on the wall because that's the least expensive thing to change.
Yep, exactly. You're not ripping out the cabinetry. So we're so excited for that. And that's a really easy way to do it. This next one, I love so much. This is a home that we just installed. And this is just like, if you're not ready to envelop an entire space in the mustard, I think these like little accents of having it like on pillows, on like little small accent furniture. You have a yellow chair in your house. I have bits of yellow throughout. We did the Starling velvet mushroom stool nested underneath this like center hall table in the stairwell. And I just love it. And every time you looked like at that spot from any direction, it grabbed you. It like was arresting. And it was like just a little bit of a slap in the face that needed to have to like say, okay, these homeowners are young, they're fun. And like your furniture and your layers can say that about you. So just kind of cue into like, what is your shade? Are you an avocado? Are you mustard? Are you lemon? It's a fairly traditional space, but you have a funkier center hall table, and then you have this like shot of color. Anyway, these little notes will kind of tell a story about who lives there. So I love that this space did that.
I love that too.
Cool.
Go mustard yellow.
I know. This was, same house. This was in there like for the first two images that we're going to show you from the man cave. And you have, again, these like rad profiled little chairs. Again, I think the 70s was really good, not only with like their color, but also just like their organic shapes and non-directionals. Like you see like the mushroom stool. It's, it's a radius. I think it was just like to take the edge off the strictness that society was forcing upon them. So
those tight bras.
Exactly. So exactly. So I love that first one. Again, those chairs are rad. And also a thing about yellow is that you can get that not only through like fabrics, but also like gold framing. And this first, we got this again from First Dibs. I think also that's a great way to like if you pull in anything vintage that you just resonate with, that's like a sheer sign of just like, it's a cool cat move. So we got this cool cheetah original painting from First Dibs, paired it with these rad chairs, and it's a mood. Like it's so fun. Okay, so in this man cave, we have like this little moment behind the sofa, which the sofa is also kind of this mustardy camel-y color. And then you have these almost like yellow chartreusey color on the chairs. But then you also are introducing the greens. And it's amazing how all these get along with each other in the space. And it's the painting and it's some of those like accents that kind of pull everything together, but they live really harmoniously together.
Totally.
I love this. And again, we introduce like warm woods, golds in the frames, and it's a mood. It is a mood. I think I would want to stay in this room for a very, very long time.
I love it. I love the bits of yellow and the wood drenching that we're feeling, which is another big thing from the 70s that we saw. We would always see those like wood paneled rooms, and it wasn't even always real wood. Sometimes it was. Sometimes it was like simulated walnut grain. You remember that's like the stuff they made alarm clocks out of back then?
Yeah.
Sometimes that type of paneling was on the walls, but there was this real wood drench
Sue's
happening.
basement.
Yes, Sue Hall has that basement because she has a home built in the 70s.
It's like that 70s show.
Yeah, totally. But this house definitely incorporates the wood drench, which we'll get into, but we're still hanging out in the color yellow and avocado green on the chair here and the bar stools.
Yes, I will say on this window bench, it was originally a neutral, like just a woven, and this was like a last minute call, and I'm so happy we did this.
Yeah.
Like it just, anyway,
you guys changed it to
something
velvet.
more exciting.
Yeah.
Because the client's more fun. And anyway, we're like, we can't give you a neutral bench. So take opportunities like that to express yourself.
Yep. Sue, whose house is this?
This is
whose
my
orphans
house.
are those?
Those are my little lip nickies right there. They're so cute. This is our little our house was built in 1971, so there's a lot of notes in my house anyway that like just kind of scream the 70s, which I dig. I love it.
Yeah.
And so we brought in, again, this Giorgio pillow that we have. It's kind of our bread and butter of velvet pillows. Like we have it in several colors. I brought 2 of these in the yellow home. And again, I have this kind of like black and white woven diagonal stripe on my sofa, which is really cool. I can put a lot of things with it. But I tell you what, when I put a velvet on that, it sings. There's something about the texture of that that's a little bit more dry, mixed with the velvet of this and just like the pungent and like purpose of this. That is such magic with this. And just like 2 of them. And it's amazing. Like because I already had this like cool kind of acrylic table nesting over my Luca cocktail table, which also brought in that ochre color. So I've had that for a second. It's amazing when I brought these pillows and like all this trifecta between the table, the pillows, and then all of a sudden you see my gold frame over there in the corner, so much more brilliantly.
Yeah.
I love it. I love my
really
little house.
It brightens up a space.
It does.
Yeah.
And it combines so beautifully with any color. Like I have a pink rug, but like honestly,
yeah,
you've seen the color blocking that yellow has the power to do.
So good.
Suze, I heard you got Cozy Earth's new luxury blanket, and I want you to tell us about it.
I did. It's my very favorite new toy. It's the Bubble Cuddle Blanket from Cozy Earth, and it's this faux fur that is the softest blanket I've ever experienced. All my family, we all go downstairs and we watch movies together almost every night in the summer, and we all fight over our blanket. And I think I won. I have the Bubble Cuddle, and it is so soft and furry, and I love it so much.
Cozy Earth also has amazing bamboo sheets that come with a 100-night sleep trial. So try them out. If you don't love them, return them hassle-free. There's also a 10-year warranty because once you feel this level of comfort, you'll want it to last a decade. So head to CozyEarth.com and use our code DearAlice for up to 40% off. That's CozyEarth.com, code DearAlice. And if you get a post-purchase survey, make sure to let them know you heard about Cozy Earth right here. Because your bed should be more than a place to sleep. It should be your happy place. Cozy Earth makes that possible.
Oh, Tiger Oak. We had to put this in because like I was looking through our portfolio when we were putting this together. I was just like, okay, 70s. Like, look at that sectional. Like, there's nothing more like shagalicious than that right there.
Also paired with the avocado green casings.
Yeah.
Right?
I
just think it's so good. And then that velvet is like a crushed velvet, which also feels very 70s, a low slung
and
sectional. Yeah. It's great.
It's a party.
And that acidic kind of yellowy green little moment to take a phone call. Yeah, the banquette paired with that that green metal shade on that pendant. Just absolutely
groovy.
So stylish, so cool, so 70s. Yeah, I mean that is like real style. Those are things that you wouldn't dare do. And let's be honest, Tiger Oak was 2018. You know, nobody was doing this. They were doing gray and white in 2018. So, I mean, just real true style and a really cool combination between the client and the designers to pull out a look like this. It was just so original and fun. This is a house that won the Parade of Homes, I think, in every category that year. It was just...
And Kitchen of the Year.
And Kitchen of the Year for House Beautiful. Yeah, this was just such a great one and continues to be something that people talk about.
Celebrate it still.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay. All right. The next on the table. So we've hit the yellow. Let's talk about like wood.
Yes.
Like everyone's feeling like we're going more toward warm toned woods. We're not doing like the light white oak. We're still we love white oak, but we're staining it to be a little bit more carameled.
Warming it up a bit.
Walnutty. We just want that depth. And so you feel that a lot in the 70s, which we're going to show you. But also we just want to shout out to burl. Because that House Beautiful article that I found, it was just like really focused on yellow and burl. Like those are the two hot topics, which we love. I know you guys are developing like a bunch of stuff in burl.
Yes.
So I'm like, we should talk about that for a sec.
It's launching at the very end of November, right beginning of October. We're still messing around with it on the calendar, but you're going to see in just a little over a month, this beautiful new burl collection called George launch. And it's nightstands, it's a dresser. And
it's doing a pedestal, aren't you?
And we are doing a pedestal.
That's right.
I'm so excited.
Yes, you're going to see a gallery pedestal come out from us probably beginning of 26 so that you can put your sculptures on it. Handsome in a men's office. So we'll get into all that. But burl is definitely something that if you haven't seen it yet, you're going to be seeing it. We have this through accessories on our website right now. Burl boxes that are super popular.
And trays.
Yep. Yeah.
I did my bathroom in burl.
Yeah, you did. Burled walnut.
So, yeah, we did burled walnut, and I love it so much. And again, 1970 was like,
So
what should I do in my 1970s house when we did the remodel? And I'm like, burl. Yeah. You should do burl. Gosh dang it.
Burl just gives like the entire piece interest in like every square inch of it. Yeah. So yeah.
I put that right image for you, Corey, because I'm like, those guitars are so rad. Anyway, there's just like a real, I don't know, it's a cool factor again with like these mottled woods, these colors, and then you get like musical instruments on there. You're just like, I feel like I'm in a music video. It's so cool. Okay, and then here's a couple examples of just, and it's funny, after like we decided to do this, again, I think Big Brother heard me, and my algorithm has just been like spitting all this wood drenching out to me, because these are just like all pins that I was just like naturally like gravitating toward and pinning all weekend, not only just like for my own eyeballs, but for projects that we're working on. So here are a couple like examples of wood drenching. We've heard of color drenching, but wood drenching was such a thing in the 70s. Again, back to the paneling you were talking about. And just like feeling something holistically is just, it's such a mood. It's such a mood. And the 70s was all about a mood.
It brings a vibe and some like coziness to it. You kind of like feel the walls around you a little bit when there's, you know, like a paneling on them or something like that. So
totally. I'm like in Palm Springs right now in my head in that Jonathan Adler Hotel,
and it's just Parker.
It is,
so cool.
It is so groovy, and it's such a mood, and you want to just hang out and have a great conversation with interesting characters.
Yeah, tell secrets.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing this done in a more modern way. I mean, these are obviously like modern homes today, and this is how people are interpreting it. We also see this a lot, I feel like, in home gyms with like wood slats, like tiny slats to get that feeling. It feels kind of spa-like. Men's offices, we also see wood drenching, living rooms, powder baths, really cool.
Oh yes.
And then here's an example on screen right now. This is a project that we just installed in Texas, and there's an option to do this, all of this beautiful finish work and paint it. And last minute call, Suzanne, you guys decided to just stain it and really feel this wood drench head to toe, and the payoff is extraordinary.
Guys, it's my favorite. Again, there's a lot of hot pockets in this house that I love so much, but I'm like, this is everyone's like, what's your favorite part of Desert Oaks? And I'm like, this foyer receiving area. I just think it's such a mood. It was supposed to feel historic, and doing a wood drench, if you want to feel history and you want to feel something, and say you're not like, you don't want to do a color drench, like take it wood, like it's really something. And so if you're traditional, you can still do it. You don't have to do a 70s panel. You can just do just a traditional panel work, but do it in a stain grade, and it'll again pay you back in spades and just like really evoke a feeling.
Is this oak? Is that what you use there?
Yeah.
Cool.
But stained to be walnut. Yep.
Is it white or red oak? Do you know?
White.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I like the plain sawn of it. So you're like not seeing that tight grain as much as, can we have been like the last like 10 years, but you're kind of seeing the cathedrals of like and the figuring of the grain. It's really cool. And then it like gives some depth to the wood too. It's not just like a flat brown panel, No,
there's a real strength in it. Like in this whole space. And again, you can see we even introduced some of the rust tones. And anyway, just some of these, again, just kind of 70s non-directional cool silhouettes in here, zebra. I think all these things kind of reference back to that era. Yeah. I love it.
Wood drenching in cabinetry is something that we like to do in key spaces. Not everybody's up for it in the kitchen, but here we're showing you a man's office. We have from floor to ceiling this beautiful cabinet. It almost feels floating in the middle of the room. Like it almost feels like an old trophy case. You know what I mean? In like the high school hallway, but way cooler, and in kind of a warmer, what would you call that wood? It's like a white oak, but
it's just again that honey colored. Like again, we just had to like give our samples to the cabinet maker to match, just because like we really wanted this feeling again. Because when you color block with wood, just feeling that blue with that honey, it's almost, again, it feels like yellow. Yeah. It feels like yellow, but in the wood form, right?
Totally.
So just the crumbles look so cool.
So good.
Okay, this next project is one that's being built in Northern California. And again, so depending on where you're at in the nation, right? I think there's some, like East Coast, you're going to probably be a little bit darker, more historic that way. California, we still kind of feel a little bit more of that kind of bleached wood. And so we're taking the wood paneling in this family room a little bit lighter, but we did decide to take it in the whole family room. And I'm just so excited to see this happen. Again, we're wood paneled in this entire family room, which is pretty big. But because it was big, it kind of needed to have some saturation on the walls. And so you can kind of see these are some of just the vignettes we put together that do feel California, but they feel iconic. Like I feel like a movie producer should live here.
Definitely.
And like Nancy Meyers movie should be filmed here, like there's something really just a cool factor to this space. And I think honestly in the 70s, I think it's just the edit of the profiles that was just, everything felt so iconic and it was so different, and you color block those things, not necessarily pattern on everything, but it's a lot of solids.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you feel these like saturations with wood, with yellow, with all these tones. Anyway, I just love it. So this is a fresh way to do that. And then we're also doing it in a cabin that we have here in Utah, down by Cedar City. And in fact, they loved it so much because we have a lot of the TNG happening on the ceiling. And we brought it onto the built-ins that we're adding it to more walls because they just love it so much and they want to feel it. There's really, there's a feeling.
Right?
You smell
in a
it.
cabin, don't you just, you want to be
do.
surrounded by wood. It's like nature.
Yeah, and you feel like you're in a tree house. You're just surrounded by like pines and snow and like there's a real warmth to it. So here's like the ski locker room. We did the horizontal slat here with a lot of metal like accents and things happening, which is so cool. This is a groovy. This is right off that ski room. Again, we feel a lot of that wood drenching. We feel the mustard in the tile. I hope you're watching this because there's so many visuals to this one, guys, that if you're not, tune in later and like go flip through these because it's really, really fun. And I'm excited. We'll be installing this one this fall. So I can't wait to show you guys. It's going to be a good one.
Another really key thing that we've seen from the 70s is macrame. I know, Mom, you're dying. I think you made a macrame for the living room wall when we were growing up. This was something, I mean, I feel like the 70s were very crafty, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we saw this a lot in beach season over the last 2 summers where St. Laurent and actually every single high-end brand had some form of macrame or woven raffia purse or bag or tote. And so this is what we were seeing in fashion. And then in the home, we're seeing this done in chandeliers where you've got either raffia or natural shells or beads that are formed into different shapes to give you this same effect. We've got a couple different installations here from projects that we've used, and it really gives you a beautiful sort of solid form. There's one here in like the shape of a wedding cake, others that dome more. My home is in the middle. This is my primary bedroom where that soft shape just hangs right in the middle of the room. It's almost like a water fountain upside down made out of cocoa beads. And I just love the effect. It's so natural and soothing and takes the edge off in any scene.
It feels really relaxing.
Yeah.
I think this is a really
totally.
easy way to loosen up a space.
Definitely. I think we can thank the 70s for this.
I know, thank you.
Yeah.
This is in our Lover's Lane project again. On the light, again, those tiny little cocoa beads. When you look up close, you can see that they're cocoa beads, but from far away, it does feel like this like lace work or macrame. A huge piece of coral that's been, crafted out of natural materials. And it feels like art. I mean, like again, to the craftiness, it was like made by hands, and that's what this kind of gives back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Last but not least, plants in the home. High five.
Yeah, it's like living sculpture. And I know we've been we did the olive tree probably like 10 years ago. I remember I had an olive tree in my house, and slowly the olive trees become a little bit less popular and the Philly fig a little bit less popular, and now more of these wilder, more interesting varieties. And this is a project we just installed in Las Vegas. And Sue, tell them about this cool resource you found, because you trade designers, and actually any of you design enthusiasts are going to want to know that this is a resource. Yeah.
In LA, there's a company called Plant Daddies. You heard me, Plant Daddies.
She said in LA.
In LA.
Los Angeles.
I blur my words all the time.
No.
Mom, you know this.
I just wanted to make sure they heard, because they worked obviously with this client of ours through us in Las Vegas because it's close, but will they go nationwide? Do you know?
I think so. They'll help actually source everything for you, but they find these amazing varieties of plants, or they'll find this cactus that's fallen. They'll kind of resurrect it and put it in a rad planter, and cool. It's the coolest thing. He actually he's architecturally trained, and then COVID happened and he started to sell house plants on Facebook Marketplace, And it just turned into this like crazy business where it is sculpture. It is incredible. It's the most fun follow. You should hop on Instagram right now and follow the Plant Daddies. It's really
Daddies, right?
Plant Daddies. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. There's several of them, but they do these exposed root sculpture, and you see these things. We kept seeing these things on like Pinterest, and this is the energy that we wanted to bring to this home in the desert in Las Vegas. But we couldn't find, none of the nurseries would do it. And then one of our designers found Plant Daddies, and was such a win. And they're so fun to work with, and like their curations are incredible, and it adds so much to the space. I remember because we curated the plants and the art for this home, and Jess had the idea. She's like, we should start with trees. We should start with trees and get that in there, and then see what the space needs, because it's such an edit, and you just want to feel that sculpture.
And the client is very, very simple and doesn't like a ton of styling. And we knew the right plants would bring the style element, the sculpture element, the living element, and would bring color into her space. So this has been such a great finding. You see how interesting these plants are. And then for yourselves, I mean, plants are amazing. I think you and I both have a pedestal in our homes with a house plant or a small tree on it. And the way it gives back is just so incredible. And how fun is it to like go water it and talk to it and keep it alive or shine the leaves on it? So much fun. Right?
Yeah,
like I can't imagine living without a really large plant, in smaller plants, some in the windowsill. I'm addicted. I totally get it. And this is definitely one of the fresh takes on the 70s I am fully for and all into. And then these are a few projects that we've done with just different varieties of houseplants that we've used, and you can see the personality that they bring to these spaces. A little tip back to macrame. This is one of our favorite throws that we'll put at the end of a bed. I guess it's considered a blanket. It's our trawick.
Coverlet.
Yeah, and it's giving that macrame loose, really loosely woven feeling, natural fibers. And it just looks fantastic. We end up using it in almost every photo shoot.
So much.
Yeah, it's really great. And I think we can thank the 70s for this too.
I think so too. And honestly, these like next few slides are like things that like are easy ways to add the style into your home that kind of like reinforce some of the stuff that we've been teaching you today. So again, the macrame, that this organic weave and texture just like adds so much to some of these, just like, because you might not want to reinvest in, new bedding, but just the coverlet can add so much. So, okay. Yeah. Again, here's those little mushroom stools, which we dig. That tiger is just my favorite. This is in my son's room, and I just love it so much. It gets along so beautifully with this rug that we're going to show you in a second too. Jess, talk to them about Phoenix.
Yeah, so you can see it on your screen if you're watching. Just this shot from the 70s. They had an entire wall that was mirrored. I think that was like, I don't know if that came from the 60s and they did it in the 70s.
My friend.
So cool.
Yeah, it came from Ron Burgundy.
A rust mirror installed as a full plane on the wall. We sort of took a take on this, and we have our Phoenix mirrors, and they're these beautiful sort of ambiguous shapes in a large and a small. They're antique mirror that are also rust, and they are so chic.
They're foxy.
Yeah, like a pair of these over your entry console, so good. Or maybe it's above your sideboard in your living room or in your dining room. They reflect light, they bounce it around. It's a mirror, but it's not so much that somebody needs to sit and like check themselves out or like do your hair in it or something. It's just more of a mood, and it's just like bouncing around the party back in it.
Reflecting vibe.
Reflecting vibe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So
but it does add a color,
it
to a space in a very like, I don't know, ambiguous way.
Natural.
Natural way. And it almost feels like the shape of it feels like a skipping stone. So again, those are organic, the rocks and things that you found in the 70s. It's like you guys put it in a sculpture, and it's so cool.
I also saw this done in a man's office, which looked really great.
So
anyway, they look amazing. The Phoenix mirror set. Check those out on our website. Suze's favorite rug in the collection. Is it your favorite rug in the collection?
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Favorite rug we've ever done.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, so this is our Sussex rug, and I have it in my son's room. I love this rug. There's something that's just like so, again, vintage about this. The repeat of the pattern, like it feels like a high-end brand that's just like been plastered all over this rug. And I love it. I love the color. A lot of our rugs, we can like switch up colors and things. I'm like, why would I switch this up? It's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, why would I mess with perfection?
That's awesome.
Yeah. I love this rug.
Yes, Sussex definitely gives that vintage feel. I love it. Another one that feels kind of 70s and shagadelic is our Fifi stool. This is sheep, Mongolian sheep skin.
Yep.
Right?
Shearling. Yep.
Yeah, that we've upholstered on a little stool, and it has these little animal legs. And this just feels like a little character in a room. Everybody loves it. You want to sit on it. You want to put your foot on it. You want to put your purse on it. It's just like you want it in the entry, but you also want it in the living room or at the foot of your daughter's twin bed or in the closet so you can sit down and pull those boots on. This piece is fantastic. It's sculptural. It's interesting. It's kind of wild. And it's been a bestseller since it launched.
Yeah.
It continues to sell out. You should get on and buy it. It'll probably get here in a month or two if it is sold out. We just have it constantly being recarved and remade for all of you guys, and it looks fantastic. Another way to get that shaggy texture in is through our ball pillows. We bring these in from Belgium, and they are shearling again. Denmark, yes. And cut and tailored into this beautiful orb shape. And they come in a natural shearling, or actually both of them are natural. Sheep come in both the brown and the off-white. So
it's cocoa color.
Yeah, it does. Cocoa's a perfect word to describe it. So that's another way that we're bringing in the 70s through the products we're selling and the work that we're doing. It's not so on the nose. It doesn't have to be so hard in, or it can if you want to. But
if you want to go there, we'll take you.
Yeah, but this is kind of our fresh take on it.
Just borrowing elements, from the 70s, and
definitely. Yeah. So again, takeaways are wood drenching, burlwood, color. We're so back with color. Those notes from the 70s, again, they're kind of here. With me, I've got all of our velvet pillows, but we've got browns and avocados, mustard, butter, animal prints. So a lot of those are fun ways to bring in these feelings. High texture on your accents, like we talked about, and then plants. So that's our fresh take on the 70s.
Okay.
I think that was it.
Did we do
Mic
it?
drop. Mic drop. Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Well, guys, thanks so much for listening. Please comment, review. Every little bit helps grow our show. And check us out on Instagram. You can find us at Alice Lane Interiors, and that is the interior design side where we're building full, beautiful homes from the ground up and taking you through the process of those presentations and lots of learnings there. And then we also have the home side where we have this big, beautiful store and an online collection that you're going to want to shop. And that's at Alice Lane Home. So give us a follow there. We also have a free design service available called Home Furnishing Design. I'm still not sure why we do this. It's so crazy. It's free. We have a full team of interior designers that are went to school for this, and they do AutoCAD, and they're going to take your plans into your room or just your dimensions from you, get your wish list, and they're going to work with you on your home. And they'll specify the fabrics, the finishes. It's so fun. It's been really, really popular, and they have all 200 of our vendors on standby, and they speak the language and can help you do whatever it is that you want in furnishings. So when you guys are ready for that service, make sure and call in. It's a really good time right now to do it because the very best sale is going to be starting at the beginning of September. They can get you early access to the sale, and you can start working with them right now at the end of August to get your rooms ready so you can actually buy during the very best sale, which is Cocoa Bananas. This is inside baseball, I'm telling you. So it's a great time to get started. I think that's all of the things I needed to make sure and tell you guys. Oh, if you do want to get started, it's the Design Services tab on the website, right?
Fill out the form, and one of our designers will get back to you.
Yep. Perfect. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to catch you next time. Hey, thanks for listening. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating.